Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a live swatch of the Indie Lacquer Brights Trio from the Rock Candy collection. I'm going to start with Daft Apple, which is a bright green apple jelly with holographic micro flakies throughout. I'm going to start by putting one coat over my base coat. And you can see it goes on pretty sheer in the first coat, which is to be expected from a jelly. But it does have a nice glitter payoff across the nail. I'm just showing you just the middle two fingers. I cut the other fingers out, like the video of that part out, because it was kind of the same thing. So just showing you on the middle two nails, I am putting the first coat down, and you can see that it goes on nice and thin, which is important because we're doing multiple coats. So I let that dry, and now I'm going in with the second coat, and we're starting to build some opacity. This does have a more sheer formula, but it is a jelly, so in the end you're still going to have some visible nail line, but it really looks nice and squishy, and you can see all those micro flakies kind of floating throughout the polish. The thing that I really liked about these polishes is that they went on in thin coats. And since I am doing 3 coats on these, I don't really want, a lot of thick polish on there. So they went on in nice thin coats. This is the third coat, and you can see that the color really deepened and the opacity is there. And you can see all the glitter across the nail. These do dry to a somewhat glossy finish, not high gloss, but a little, definitely not matte or satin. They're somewhere in between satin and glossy. So they do self-level really nicely, and they're not thick at all. I did go in and add a top coat. This is Seche Vite quick dry top coat, and you can really see how the sparkles kind of come out when you add the quick dry top coat. You can really see the holographic flakies in there. The next one that I did is Blueberry Blizzard. This one is blue, sort of teal leaning jelly finish with the holographic micro flakies throughout. It has a very similar formula to Daft Apple, but it is just a little bit more opaque, which blues do tend to be more opaque than greens. So this is the first coat, and you can see that it's pretty sheer and maybe a little streaky, but not really that bad. That could be a little bit of user error for my part, but you can see that you have a good glitter payoff across the nail. It goes on nice and thin and self-levels pretty well. No fishing for any glitter, obviously. It's jam-packed in there. So here's the second coat, and you can see that it's starting to become more opaque. And you could probably leave it with 2 coats like that, but I am going to do 3 because I did 3 on all of them. And you can see that it just goes on nice and thin. It's not chunky or thick, and it has a nice amount of sparkle to it. So here's the third coat, and that's where you really find the opacity, and it really deepens to a beautiful tealish blue. This looks more blue in some lights, more teal in others. In my lights that I use for filming, it definitely looked more blue. So then I'm going to go in with my quick dry top coat after the third coat dries, just to give it that high gloss shine. And that is it for Blueberry Blizzard. I really love this one. This one was my favorite of the 3 because I love blue nail polish. I consider myself a blue nail polish connoisseur, and this one is definitely a good one. The final one in the trio is Razmatazz. It's like a sort of magenta, fuchsia, pink jelly polish with holographic micro flakies throughout. Just like Daft Apple and Blueberry Blizzard, it has quite a heavy amount of the holographic micro flakies, but it's not thick, it's not difficult to apply, it glides right on the nail, and then you get a nice amount of glitter disbursement across the nail. This one was the most opaque out of the 3. This one you definitely could get away with 2 coats. But again, I went ahead and did 3 coats because I did 3 coats on all of them. I just want to keep everything the same. So I let the first coat dry. Now I'm going in with the second coat, and as you can see, it's pretty opaque. I mean, you still have visible nail line, but that's to be expected. We are working with jellies, so you're always going to have a visible nail line, but it's really opaque. You really don't need a third coat on this one. And you can see that it's drying to that semi-gloss, not satin, but not high gloss finish. Self-levels really nicely. Goes on in thin coats. And here's the third coat, and you can see that it really deepens that magenta fuchsia color. This one is another chameleon. Some lights it looks more, you can see the purpley in it, and then some lights you can see the pink. It's definitely more pink than purple, but it has, you know, it changes in different lights. So I cleaned up a little bit, and I decided to go ahead and add the top coat, and there you can see all the flakies coming out. So, oops, looks like I got a little bit on my cuticle, so I just wiped that away with my other hand. Go ahead and finish my top coat, and that is it. This is a beautiful trio. I recommend everybody go find it at envylacquer.com. Please subscribe and find me on Instagram, and thanks for watching. Until next time, see you later. Bye.